Hey guys, we are taking the power assignment today, but before we take the power assignment, I want to go over just a quick review just to make sure that you guys have seen this real quick and it's fresh in your minds. So a reminder, we're doing elimination. Okay, our basic steps. Okay, first thing, make sure you check to see neither of them are solved. So we have neither solved. Second thing we're looking for is, does it already have opposites in it? And if we look at this one, notice it already does have opposites with the y's. We have a positive 3y and a negative 3y. So since it already has opposites, I can just go ahead and add my equations together. Okay, so 7x plus negative 9x is negative 2x. 3y plus negative 3y is 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. And I have a one-step equation. So I divide both sides by negative 2, and x equals negative 2. Now that's one of my answers, and what's a little different about this one than a lot of the other ones that we've done is I actually have the x here. So I got to make sure when I plug it in that I actually plug it in for the x. I'm going to use my top equation. Okay, the top one here, the x is negative 2, so I have 7 times negative 2. That's negative 14 plus 3y equals 4. And now when I solve this, I'm going to go ahead and get my other answer. So it's a two-step equation, plus 14. I get 3y equals 18. Divide both sides by 3, and y equals 6. Just make sure when you write your answer, x, then y. And that would be my answer. Okay? Let's look at another one. Let's look at one of these that does not already have opposites in it. So number 2, I would notice neither of these are solved. I check for opposites, and I do not have opposites in this problem. So I'm going to go through that process that we've talked about, that we've been doing. Okay, so the top one by the bottom number, so I'm going to the top one by negative 3. The bottom one by the opposite of the top. So I'm going to change this 9 when I put it down here. So instead of a 9, I'm going to use a negative 9. Okay? And make sure we are very, very careful when multiplying. All 3 of these top numbers go by negative 3. So 9x times negative 3, that's negative 27x. Negative 1y times negative 3, that's positive 3y. And negative 21 times negative 3 is positive 63. The bottom, everything multiplied by this negative 9. So just be careful. Negative 3x times negative 9, hold on.
Alex Raymond to the main office. Alex Raymond to the main office.
Okay, negative 3x times negative 9 is positive 27x. 3y times negative 9 is negative 27y. And negative 9 times negative 9 is 81. Now that I have opposites, I'm going to add my equations together. So let's go ahead and add these. Make sure we are really using addition. So negative 27x plus 27x, 0. 3y plus negative 27y is negative 24y. And 63 plus 81 is 144. Divide both sides by negative 24, and I get negative 6. So there's one of my answers, and I now have to make a decision on which one of these two I want to plug it back in for. It's up to you, okay? I'm going to go ahead and choose this top one, just so I can kind of show something. Top one here, the y is negative 6. Okay, so I have 9x, and here's where you got to be careful. Negative 1 times negative 6 becomes positive 6, equals negative 21. And now I can solve this. Minus 6 on both sides, get 9x equals negative 27. Divide both sides by 9, and x equals negative 3. Okay, so my x is negative 3. My y is negative 6. And that would be my final answer. One more here. again, follow the same basic rules. Neither of these are solved, so I'm thinking about elimination. Okay, now look at this. Neither of these are opposites. So I have to make opposites. So I'm going to go the top by -5. The bottom, I'm going to change this number. So instead of a -2, I'm going to use a +2. And that'll make it work every time. Okay, always still double check it. Okay, all these top ones by -5. So negative times a negative, that would be positive 10x. 5y times -5 is -25y. Make sure you're careful with your multiplications. -20 times -5 is positive 100. The bottom, everything by 2. So -5x times 2 is -10x. And if I look there, I did get my opposites that I wanted. All right. 4y times 2 is positive 8y. And 1 times 2 is 2. I have my opposites. Let's add. So 10x plus -10x is 0. -25y plus 8y is -17y. And 100 plus 2 is 102. Oops, I don't know why I put a 7 there. 102. I'm going to divide both sides by -17. And I'm going to check this out. It kind of looks a little weird because I'm not sure if that divides evenly. I might have to go back and check. So I got 102 divided by -17. And it does work out. I get -6. Okay, so there's one of my answers. You're going to have to plug it back in. I'm going to use the bottom one. Just my personal choice. And my -6 is a y, so it goes in for this y. So I'd have -5x. See, 4 times -6 is -24 equals 1. And I solve. Add 24. Get -5x equals 25. Divide by -5. And x equals -5. So my answer, I would get -5, -6. Now I haven't shown this on the other ones, but I do want to show you one time. Remember, you can check to be sure that this is the right answer. You would plug this in. Since I use the bottom one, I would plug it into the top. So I'd put my -5 for my x, my -6 for my y, and I'd do these multiplications and add. I should add up to -20. So -2 times -5 is 10. 5 times -6 is -30. And if I did this correctly, these two should add up to be -20. 10 plus -30 does equal -20. So 100%, that's the right answer. All right. We are going to take our power assignment here. Okay, reminders. You must use a regular calculator. You may not be using cell phones, iPods, any of those devices for your calculator. Okay, so make sure the only things allowed on your desk, writing utensil, calculator, and that's it. Remember, all your phones, all that stuff needs to be put away. When you turn in your power assignment, then you're able to get that stuff out. Okay, just a reminder, none of these answers are decimals. So if you're getting a decimal, go back, check your multiplications, check your additions. Hopefully you're able to find your mistake and make your correction. Okay. Last but not least, I do want to remind you, I did say 2 of these have opposites already in them. If you happen to notice it, great. If not, not a big deal. Okay. Just make sure as long as you make your opposites correctly, you will end up with the right answer. Okay, good luck on the power assignment, and we will see you tomorrow.